How many pages? Issue 13 will be. So anyway, so that's where we are in Ultimates, and you know, you just the book is organic and it's doing what it's doing, and eventually we'll get there. So, oh, we got a guest. What do you have? Let's see. What do you get when you pair this guy?
Oh, Michael.
That ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're doing it again. We're going to rob another bank.
There we go.
Oh.
When I left for Marvel, one of the hardest things leaving behind was the idea that Mike and I were going to do something again after Supergirl. And so we just solved that problem by having Mike come to Marvel. And it was one of those just experiences where, you know, obviously working with somebody of Mike's stature left us sort of wide open to do whatever it is that we want. And we knocked around a whole bunch of things, and I hadn't really thought about the X-Men, and then I saw this sketchbook that he had done that was in Wizard, and I was just like, wow, that's really interesting. I never would have gone that way. And then Joe came out to Los Angeles, and we all went out to dinner, and we were knocking around a whole bunch of different ideas. And all of a sudden, he just sort of sat back, and he has that smile on his face that Joe has when he knows he's got it. And he looked at us, and he said, no one's done Ultimate Origin. And we suddenly realized that we had this whole canvas that we could use with Ultimate Wolverine to be able to tell the backstory of that character and also determine where he's going to be going into the future with Mike's incredible visuals. So, you want to talk a little bit about how much you love the characters?
No. I'm like, I feel like a little kid now. I'm all excited about all of this. It's just, you know, Jeff's a great friend, and you know, he's an okay writer. But
I helped enormously by the pictures.
we've had so much fun and so much fun collaborating on all the things we're working on, and this is kind of a no-brainer to come back and work with him. I actually haven't even seen the color piece myself, so I just did the sketches and you know, hook him up, which he always does. About 20-something sketches, but it's going to be a really cool story. You know, it's like half origins, kind of half real, you know, real-time stuff, but leave a lasting effect on the character. Because that's one of the things that we talked about, is it kind of something that's going to have a lasting, meaningful thing. So we did Supergirl, like lasting effect is like you have this whole character that we kind of came up with. So some of the ideas, I'd love to tell you the first scene, which is pretty cool, and I'd love to tell you some of the story stuff, but they won't let me.
Jeff, is it safe to say that the origin of Wolverine in the Ultimate Universe is not the same as the regular universe?
As much as I, you know, I tease you, Joe, and you know how much I love what Paul Jenkins and Andy Cooper did, and we should be so lucky to have the success that Origin had. But I always felt that that was more like a Dickens novel when I was reading David Copperfield instead of a guy that went snick. What I think we're going to have is a little bit more balls-to-the-wall kind of action in the story, and see where this man came from. And one of the major differences is that, you know, in talking with Mark Millar and Brian Bendis, who were the original architects of the Ultimate Universe, and you know, those guys are so old school now that, you know, the new young writers have to come in and fix all that stuff. And you know, in talking with them, one of the things that's really important is that really the idea of people with superpowers and mutants and things like that didn't really occur until after World War II. So this idea that Logan is 200 years old, 300 years old, or however many hundred years old, it doesn't apply to James. And so he's just a different character. He has a different outlook on life. He has a lot of the same sociopath, sociological, pathological, homicidal kind of tendencies. And some of that will be explained. As Mike and I have talked a lot, it's a little bit about the lives and loves of Wolverine and the Ultimate Universe. Because you can't do a story that might be about having the women's.
Mike for a few minutes, right, Mike? So if anybody has a question for Mr. Turner, yes, sir.
It was actually just a comment. I was supposed to say I appreciate you being here. I know you're having your health, and it just means a lot to me and probably all your fans.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. No, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm
I
glad
had
to
back
hear that.
surgery a month ago, and like 2 weeks ago I couldn't even walk. So every single day is a blessing. Every single day keeps getting better and better and better. And I got so much adrenaline just from coming to these conventions that I feel great.
And I gotta tell you guys, you know, I can't pretend to know what back surgery is like, man, but, you know, you were up and around faster than anybody I've ever heard of. And even that you're at the show is just amazing. So I think it's a real tribute to you, your work, professionalism. And I gotta tell you, you and your crew at Top Cow also just been fantastic.
I'll let that edit out of the train.
It was a long night of drinking last night. You guys asked, but
I've really been just spectacular. You know what I mean? Just even staying on the wall and stuff while you were in the hospital. You know,
Those guys are great. I really have a great team. Really great team. Those guys are awesome.
you should be very proud. And you guys should be proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why we picked Wolverine is because evidently that healing factor Wolverine has. My good friend. We just got to get him some animanium bone.
That's right. That's right. Well, they almost did. They almost put in all this crazy hardware and this metal and everything, and luckily they didn't, or I wouldn't be here. So that's good.
Cool.
But I just want to say thanks. I do have to run, but I will be at the Jeph Loeb, Sam Loeb auction at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Everyone will be at. And,
We'll be in the Alex Toth room, which is next door. It starts at 2 o'clock. We'll be auctioning off all of the artwork from Superman Batman 26, including not one, not two, but 3 Michael Turner covers. A cover that's never been seen before that Mike did, and then we decided to go in a different direction for the cover, so it's very cool. It'll be revealed there. Erica Durance, who plays Lois Lane on the show Smallville, will pose with me. And you should just come because I'm going to make an ass out of myself, and you don't get enough of that, really.
thanks.
Cool. Okay. Sir?
Is that a mini or an ongoing? Wolverine.
It's me.
Okay.
Mini series. Yes, sir?
Are we ever going to see the extra issues of the end of Ultimate Wolverine?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I saw Damon in San Diego. And during break right now, he's actually sitting down and writing the remainder of the issues all in one sitting. So we're just waiting on all the scripts to come in, and then we'll get Linnea to work on it, because Linea's actually doing some other stuff right now. So yes, he fully intends on finishing it. We're just waiting on the final scripts.
I worked with David for a year. Nobody works harder on anything. And the plain truth of it is, he can write an episode of Lost in a weekend. He can't write a comic book in that amount of time. He's so meticulous about every line. He so loves comics, and he's so afraid of you guys. That he actually just keeps rewriting and rewriting it. And I think, I think everyone in this room can agree that those first 2 issues, given the fact that he's never written a comic before in his life, were just really bold and imaginative and fun to read. And he just doesn't want to do one of those stories that where like everyone goes, well, yeah, it's sort of great, crap, right? So instead he's got the other problem, oh yeah, well now it doesn't ship and I don't want to buy it. It doesn't matter when it's crap, I stop buying it. Anyway, that's the way my mom talks.
And also, we knew we were in for a good ride with Damon when the first phone call I got from the creative phone call was, has anybody ever ripped Wolverine in half? Right, so we could do it. So
This question's for Jeph. I'm sure you could have had to pick the winner of books to write the Marvel U. What made you pick Ultimates 3?
No one else wanted it. and I knew that it wasn't going to get done for a long time. No, I made no secret about it. I mean, the Avengers was really the first Marvel book that I got hooked on as a kid, and I still cry every time I read it.